has regained his confidence and competence in PvP. There it is, GG. Very simple, man. That harass is just pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess we forget that Super, even though a lot of people consider him the weakest in the group, he has way more experience in Departure.
That's
way more
It's a very good point. Like, Departure, there's some excitement because he's very new. Super, we've known this guy for like at least 5 years.
True.
Departure, he's been around for a little bit, like we did see him around last year, but he's really rising up now. Like it seems like he hasn't hit a wall yet, right? He keeps getting better and performing better and showing good games.
Right.
Whereas Super's kind of stayed at a similar level for years. So, there's just kind of like less hype, even though he does have a lot of experience.
And I mean, I don't think the jitters are there for Super.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
I think this is pretty... I mean, he's been doing this for a long time, and we really saw that here today. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, our final match, Super versus Trap, here at the GSL Code S.
Mr. V, it's yours. Yeah, and right now we want to try to move back.
언제나 있는 그대로의 맑고 깨끗함을 지켜가라고 겨울을 잊은 강물이 내게 말했다. 맑고 깨끗한 칠성사이다.
The hunter lies in wait and waits and waits.
회의가 좀 늦게 끝나서.
아 그래요? 괜찮아요. 그냥 게임 몇 판 하면서 기다리고 있을게요.
아씨 뭐 하는 거야 아무도. 아 오라고 좀. 뭐 철 만들었나 부서지지도 않네.
치킨만 먹고 가라. 한 번 맛보면 매니아가 된다. 치킨 매니아. 자네가 그 치킨 매니아인가?
웬열? 와, 움직임이 끝내주는데. 진짜 부드럽게 움직이네. 플렉스볼은 굴곡진 덕선에도 막힘이 없거든. 발음 조심하자. 나 덕선이라 그랬냐? 턱선에도 막힘이 없다고. 저게 면도기로 가능한 거네.
역시 대세답네.
대세가 뭐야? 전세 같은 거?
요새 애들 다 쓰지? 그게 대세야.
그래가지고 내가 저거 쓰잖아.
그래서 나도 저거 쓰잖아.
선우는 뭐 쓰지?
보라 누나한테 물어봐.
태기는 뭐 써?
덕선, 너 나한테 왜 그러냐?
덕선이는 아직도 좋아. 야, 마이콜은 뭐 쓰냐?
2,500만 명이 응답한 플렉스볼 아직도 안 써보셨나요? 질렛, 남자를 위한 최상의 선택.
K3에 지치지 않는 열정으로 Passion is my fuel. The new K3.
신제품 브라운 시리즈 3를 소개합니다. 몇 번의 움직임만으로도 빠른 밀착 면도와 최적의 피부 편안함을 선사합니다. 전에 없던 빠른 속도를 경험하라. 신제품 브라운 시리즈 3 Only from Brown.
땀, 타협하지 않기에 멈추지 않는다. 말이 아닌 땀으로 보여줄 것이다. 땀 흘리는 순간의 게토레이드.
성격이 이제 공중경력을 한개를 적당해야 돼요. 네. 자, 지금 오른쪽 지금 대단 기대됩니다. 묻었습니다. 이번에 기대못된 연기를 하면서 해방선을 끌어내고 울트라 빼고 오세요. 네, 해방선 정리하고 울트라 들어가세요. 자, 울트라 이번에 지금 들어가서 위에 해방선 끌려 들어가면 안 되죠. 조우도 울트라를 너무 쉽게 이기면 안 돼요. 네. 자, 여기서 집중하면서 싸워야 돼요. 유닛 하나하나가 진짜 소중한 상황이에요.
Hot 6 GSL Season 1 Quarters. Attention, Hot 6 GSL Season 1 Quarters.
We're back. It's time for our final match tonight. Trap against Super. The winner moves on to the round of 16, escaping Group E.
Indeed, it's been a very one-sided night tonight. Every match has just completely gone in one direction or the other. In fact, the only balanced thing about tonight are the sides here. We have two 2-0s from the left side and two 2-0s from the right side. No
number one just yet here. All right. It's going to be a best of 3. Here's our map lineup. Trap did defeat Super 2-0 early on. But Super seems to have caught his second win here with that crushing defeat against Departure.
Yeah, he played quite well against him. I mean, going just adept-based harassment, a lot of pressure with adepts the entire time, and Departure kind of fell apart to it. So good play by Super. I hope that kind of brought him back because I think his PvP is a lot better than what we saw against Trap earlier. I really do. He's played some PvPs that I've really liked so far this year, but you know, tonight against Trap didn't do so well earlier.
Okay, guys, we're now going to go into this next match. Let's see what happens. PvP, Trap versus Super for our final match in this GSL Code S. In the bottom left, in the blue, our Protoss player.
Genia Green wins. Trap.
Nice jacket. In the upper left, in the red, our other Protoss player. He is
Africa picks Super.
Nice sweatshirt.
Oh, you just give him away, don't you? You just give him away, Artosis. We have the first scouting probe headed southbound down here. This will allow him to see his opponent immediately. Unfortunately, the other probe is headed over here to the east.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely something that can be frustrating.
Right.
You know, on a 4-player map, if you don't, like, if you scout them last and they scout you first, it's a big advantage for the guy that scouted first.
Right.
Now, he'll see how quickly this probe came. I think he'll go directly towards the top left. And the thing is, Trap is already opened with the right build order. He has a 2-gateway opener, and this is going to be against a fast Nexus. So if he does go for, he can either go, I guess is the better way to put it, like for Adepts to harass and then maybe like a Stargate follow-up, or he can just go pure Stalkers here and try to bust that expansion.
Yeah, let's see what he actually does here. Now, the probe hasn't spotted to identify that this is a quick Nexus, but I think the probe should get there at the same time as the core finishing, so he can make his decision.
You're
I think
quite
this
right.
actually
It's
exactly
like,
syncs up.
Okay, he actually started the Adepts.
Boom. 2 Adepts.
Yeah. We'll see where he follows up with this. Like, there's a lot of choices. He can make his Nexus. He can continue the pressure. He can make a Stargate. Those are really the big ones, and he does go with the Stargate.
Okay, let's see how much damage he can actually do here. If he's going for a Stargate, he has to do a good amount of damage.
Yes, you're very right
this
about
is
that.
You do have the sand, you know, running out of the hourglass. In a situation like this for Trap, he has to do damage. He has to punish. He has to exploit the build that Super's going for right now. Otherwise, Super is inevitably going to get ahead in this game.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that he's going to have a good chance at doing this. The Adepts kill probes so quickly that you're probably going to have to use a Photon Overcharge. And if you don't have a Photon Overcharge, it becomes very hard to deal with that Oracle. There's just a lot of pressure all over the place. I do like that we have Super not mining from this expansion.
Yep, smart move.
Really, really important.
Now note, he did not shade into the main. Instead, keeping the Stalkers back in a defensive position. Mothership Core back there as well. Oddly, one Adept is not moving out. I'm assuming that's to just gun down the possible scouting probe.
I think you're probably right about that. Right.
And so he just keeps poking in, getting glances as to how Super is teching.
This is really calm, good play by Super. Definitely have to hand it to him there. Like,
this is a lot more difficult than it looks. Oh, nice. Okay, he identifies no more Stalkers out here.
He really wanted to force an overcharge here if possible, and unfortunately, oh, he actually does get it.
Wow, he just straight up went and did it.
Yeah, and look at that. He's actually starting to lose a few probes here and there.
Here comes the Oracle now, going for the probes.
Okay. Only loses his shield there. Both overcharges are down. And
yeah, Super seems to have weathered the storm here. Oracle, I was going to say untouched, but it looks like he... oh!
This has been a fantastic defense by Super.
Yeah, he's looking very good right now.
Really, really well done.
Now, the Nexus is almost finishing, so this game is going to be basically even. He did manage to get enough probes. He did manage to make Super sacrifice enough in defensive measures to to actually balance this game out. So props to Trap. I mean, a great play here by both sides.
It certainly is. And look, Trap right now is actually, while he's teching up, he's gotten a second Oracle. This is really, really important that he keeps him alive and keeps poking into pressure, because even though they're even on like economy pretty much, maybe it's slightly there for Super, army-wise, Super's army straight up kills Trap's army. Really, really dead.
Well, he's coming in here again, doing some more harass. One Oracle does go down. The Adept's killing some probes. So far, only 4 probes have been killed. 5 now. I think you want a counterattack here.
Yeah, and this counterattack's really scary. Look at this. No ground units against 10 Stalkers. And this is why I was saying you have to keep poking in and not lose things. And he lost the Adepts. He lost one of the Oracles. So how much damage can actually be put on? Not that much.
Yeah, this is a bit of a scary moment here. The Stalker's now coming up. The Adepts, so far, no match. He's going for the Mothership Core.
Perfect
Beautiful play, and he's not even going to bother with that pylon. Does not even give the pylon the time of day. And already, probes just being gunned down here. And this actually might be it.
Yeah.
This actually could be the GG moment.
The defense was fantastic. Well, that was a great force field right there. He gets a bunch of free Stalkers here. Maybe he can hold on to this Nexus.
He went a little bit too crazy there. He needs to stay on the low ground.
Yeah. The thing is, even holding on to this Nexus, I still definitely give an advantage here to Super.
Oh, for sure. Well, he's ahead in workers. He's already ready for this Oracle, by the way. And so he has to back up and turn around. They're both starting to pump Immortals, although in pretty much every sense, it's just Super slightly ahead, and even that Oracle goes down. Right now, Trap with diminishing returns.
Yeah, Trap is playing from behind here, so I mean, I'm not sure exactly how he's going to want to try to come back, because it seems like Super can just simply take a third base faster.
Right.
He can keep pressure on. He can go Disruptor Tech whenever he wants, because there's not going to be any timing that we saw like on Prime Terraces between these guys earlier tonight where Trap can just roll him for going Disruptors. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's a pretty serious dilemma. It's going to be very difficult for Trap to ever win a straight-up fight 2-base off 2-base, which just gives a lot more options here to Super. There's just a lot of different ways Super can play this game and be okay.
Well, Trap going to continue to try to find a way in here, just kind of messing around with his Adepts, but not really able to find any damage quite yet.
And as the game moves on now, let's see what Trap can do. Now, I will say Trap, in general, has better late-game Protoss than Super does. And that's something to keep in mind here. I mean, right now, Trap might just have to, wait it out, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And the thing is, PvP, you can wait out better than you used to be able to by far, because the Disruptor gives the ultimate defender's advantage, like beyond anything else. But he has to be able to get into that area. And look, we have Super putting on pressure, like was mentioned before, while taking a third base. This is a great situation for him.
Yeah, this is perfect. Nexus does not go up. It's just basic force fields, lock out the Immortals and the Stalkers. And from here, he just keeps powering up. And there's just no way for Trap to expand.
Exactly. Look at this. He's going into his Disruptor Tech as well. He's basically doing every single thing that we were talking about before that he is allowed to do here. And that is what a great position for him to be in. Trap, on the other hand, adding 2 more gateways and another Immortal. Is he going to try to, like, all in or something, or is he going to play a longer game?
Well, let's see here. Certainly doesn't have the money for a Nexus. I think he's sending a probe over there, though, now.
Yeah, it seems like he has to. If he's going to go Disruptor Tech, he can't just like make a Disruptor and then go. That doesn't work. So if he plays the very defensive game again, finishing each other in PvP can be pretty tough because of the Disruptors and the ridiculous defender's advantage. If you're trying to attack in, the Disruptors can hold you off basically forever.
Yeah, very true. Still no Nexus. I think it's weird about it. Okay, he does get one. I was going to say it's really weird if he was going to try to do a 2-base timing and just has a Forge.
Oh, yeah. No,
I'm like, well, that's not a thing.
Yeah. He's like +1 armor on the way when he attacks. I'm like, what?
What is he doing? Okay. So right now, Super ahead in every sense of StarCraft possible. Just looking very good in this game. Again, Trap did manage to defeat him in the previous game. Previous series, I should say. So we'll see if Super has really downloaded enough information on his opponent, into his mind, and can kind of set up that algorithm in a best-of-3 to beat Trap this time around. That is a problem. Sometimes players, they win the first best of 3, but they don't have enough stuff planned out. They really weren't anticipating, playing this guy twice. Yeah. And maybe they're more standard player, their more routine builds are not necessarily as strong.
I think Trap, he was outplayed on the defensive part by Super. Super's defense was just so strong against those early harassments. And he lost too much, which just made an obvious counterattack. So
the Disruptor's beginning to try to edge in over here. And you can see right now, just a little bit of a push back out there. Super doing what he needs to do is just takes a 4th base. Clearly with Disruptors in play here from Trap, there's not going to be a way for him to easily penetrate his opponent's base.
Yeah, they're both getting very near that unkillable area. And that means that this is definitely a game that Trap can still win here. He's got enough Disruptors out that if Super makes some mistakes, Trap can blow up a bunch of units and get a supply advantage and maybe get some sort of control on this map. But right now, he does have to stay a bit defensive.
Now supply is 113 to 152. I have to say, Super, he got a lead, and he certainly knows how to keep it.
It's very, very close. Look at this. He's actually flanking right now.
Oh, he wants to hit again from the Disruptors from behind, so watch for the top left part of our screen.
Yeah, if he can hit a Disruptor shot, force units back, looks like Super actually will bring his Disruptors around to the front. I actually like the idea of the flanking with that a little bit more.
That's what I was sure was going to happen, because it should be Super with just more muscle in general on the map.
I completely hadn't even thought of trying to do a move like that on this map, but it makes a lot of sense.
I think it would be good. I'm not sure. Have to mess with it. I'm still not totally comfortable with how Disruptors move. You know what I mean?
They're a funny unit.
Yeah. They're harder to use than you think.
Yeah, you have to be really decisive with how you're going to move them, and just kind of spotting where they're at, and keeping track of distances. That's why we see a lot of people go for very fast observer speed.
Oh my God!
That's
the kind of play you need to be looking for. That was funny. Kind of a weird spot here. Again, still Trap a little bit behind. Got to be careful. I don't know how Super is, Trap is ever going to get a 3rd base or 4th base.
It's pretty tough. Yes. Ooh,
oh my God!
Moves like that are how you win games for sure. Killing Disruptors with Disruptor shots is
it's pretty good, man.
That's when stuff gets silly. But
the thing about the Disruptors, it's a bit of a sluggish unit, and when you have them all bound to one hotkey, they group.
Yeah.
They group up.
They really clump up.
They cuddle together like little penguins in the Arctic, man.
The one on the inside is really warm.
No, yeah, that little Disruptor in the middle, but they rotate just like the penguins do in the Arctic, okay? Penguins do rotate. Okay, this is just like a death wish having this many Disruptors bunched like this.
This is so funny.
This is stressing me out, man.
Well, he's keeping him inside. He's got that extra economy. We see just a lot of macro going on home for Super. He's adding so many gateways. He's actually just going to attempt to crush Trap here. He's eventually going to start going in and warping a bajillion units.
Okay, hold up. This is really important.
Woo!
Gotta be careful, man.
It's a little bit crazy. All right, he is starting to punch up over on this other side.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
boom. No.
Wow, he actually gets him, and it looks like his Immortal's here. Great force field's actually going down, trying to get this one Immortal, but he slips through just barely with all those units. Oh, big Disruptor hits all over the place.
Hitting those Disruptors, beautiful play there. The Immortal's in the back, not quite able to do as much damage. Oh my God!
That was a sick hit. Do we actually have enough left over from Trap to clear this out? I'm not so sure.
It's hard to say right now. Trap also down on a lot of workers in this game. There's not really anywhere to hide at this point in time.
Yeah, and the economy of Super is just so big that he's got it.
This game is over. GG.
Yeah. Well done right there by Super, winning that first game. That was really solid play from him. Great defense, great follow-ups. He did every single thing he should have done there.
Yeah.
Contained Trap, forced Trap into a hard spot where Trap had to try to break out.
Yeah.
And just eventually killed him. Now that's the type of PvP I want to see out of Super here. That's what I can get excited about.
I like it, man. I really do. Trap, he's going to have to go back to the drawing board, man. This was a big play here by Super, but Super kind of got that lead from start to finish. He just handled that harass. See the coach going in there, giving him some warm advice right now.
Now,
I'm going to tell you something. If Super moves on, man, I know he's an MVP chicken tomorrow, but there's going to be extra fried chicken and extra beer for him tonight.
Well deserved. If he gets into that round of 16, that's a big deal. You definitely look at these two players and think Trap would make it, but not so simple, is it, Trap? He has to win 2 in a row here, or he is out.
That's right. Our next map is Dusk Towers. Only 2 players in Group E, and only 1 more spot for these 2 to go to the round of 16. Whatever the best PvP builds and strats Trap has up his sleeve, it's time to use them right now, because he's just 1 loss away from getting knocked out of the GSL Code S.
Epic.
It was an epic ending, but they didn't start the countdown. I was so sure I had it timed out. We casters have timings for hype as well, guys. We have special builds we use. All right, guys, our game is now loading up. Trap against Super. Let's see.
Who do you think takes it, this series? Do you think Super's going to take it now?
I have no idea. I can't predict this one.
Can't predict
I refuse. I refuse.
Are you smart or cowardly?
I'm both.
That's a good answer.
That's right. Okay, Super's like out of the booth. What is going on? Oh, whoa, unburrowed. Did you see that?
Oh, man.
Super upgrading Burrow. Let's hope that Trap went for observers, and our game just crashed, so we got to reload this.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's kind of weird. All right, well, hopefully we get into that game pretty quickly here, guys. The last match of the night. Lots of fun going on. This night, definitely some of our most one-sided games that we've seen in a really, really long time.
They've been pretty straightforward, haven't they? But they've been good nonetheless. They've certainly been educational.
Educational. That is the correct spin for this. And I actually really enjoy nights like this because it really, it was this cool thing that Noni said a long time ago that people like exciting games, like back and forth crazy games, long games and stuff. Those games have the most mistakes in them. It's the one-sided games that are the best to learn from if you want to be a really good player.
Oh, he did this perfectly. Yeah. So that's how your 6 strat works.
Yeah, exactly. Or oh, this is how you crush someone who does that.
Exactly.
And those one-sided games are the best to actually learn from, even though they might not be the most entertaining.
All right, guys. We do apologize for the delay. The observer computer crashed, so we were restarting that. We should be going into this momentarily. 2 great Protoss players. We're slowly getting the DNA of the round of 16 completed as we get those epic 16 players, 16 best in the world. We're about to add another one right now. In the bottom left, in the blue, he is...
Gina Green Wings, Trap.
Get the shot to go on a little bit longer here. That's sorry. There we go. In the upper right, in the red, he is
AfreecaTV, Super.
From the home team here at Africa.
That's right.
Well,
we have an interesting situation already, Artosis.
Yes, indeed we do.
We have a Nexus first for Super. We have tech builds coming here from Trap.
Well, Super runs in and steals the gas right away so that a heavy tech build literally can't happen from Trap. And Trap immediately will respond by making a Nexus, which is actually what Super is kind of looking for.
Super has just effectively gimped Trap.
Yep.
All he really needed to do to top this would be maybe to make a pylon there and then make another pylon in the expansion. I'm not sure about that, but great gimping technique here from Super.
Now, Trap counters it by taking one of Super's gases so that he can't get a tech advantage here.
Right.
And looking at this all, it's pretty even. It's just like both of them are sitting here on one gas, but one guy has the quicker Nexus. Now, of course, we will have a quicker Cybernetics core here. but only one gateway for Trap, whereas Super, upon seeing what's going on and knowing that his minerals are going to function a little bit differently here, has added the second gateway, so we'll be able to get out a few more units.
A lot of posturing here economically at the start for game number 2, Trap versus Super. Let's see if we end up in a similar situation, though, in the later part of the game. Remember last time Trap was trying to go for aggression, and Super, like Mr. Miyagi, was just wax on, wax off, deflecting everything that Trap was throwing at him, and that ultimately led to a lead that Trap was just never able to recover from.
Yeah, well,
this game is different. This game is much different. And it'll be interesting to see how if they can both get into an even playing field in the mid game.
Yeah.
How this works out.
I kind of like how Super's playing it. Like, I think there's a lot of cool stuff about it. Now, we do have a pylon, or a set of pylons going up here for Trap as his mothership core comes across the map.
So he's going to try to do a pylon rush here.
Yeah, and this is really especially scary because he actually canceled both of his stalkers to make adepts, and adepts don't kill pylons as well as stalkers or keep mothership cores away as well as pylons.
Trap may be in very good shape this game. Mothership core comes out. Where's the mothership core right now for Trap? I actually don't see it.
I could have sworn it was coming across the map.
Where is it? Oh, it's coming from the bottom.
Oh, yeah, is that it coming right up? Yeah.
It has to be, right?
There it is.
Yep.
Well, I hope so, because we have a pylon shooting. Well, he's getting quite a few probes here between the adept in the back and the pylon in the front.
Ooh, but a counterattack over here. I don't believe there's anything to help defend against this.
Yeah, he's going to lose quite a bit. He is bringing down his own adepts, and adepts kill each other really fast.
They do?
Quite quickly.
He's like, oh my god, there's 2 of them.
I'm only one, there are 2. And he's actually getting so many probe kills with this.
He's already evened this out. How funny is that?
And in fact, it's going to go even more into his favor, it's looking
He's like, your rush was fancier, but mine did more damage.
Yeah.
Oh, the no HP adept gets away.
Seriously. That adept's running on fumes right now.
Yeah, no, that adept stubs his toe and he dies. Oh! He lives!
Trap right now, having lost this many probes, like he is well behind. I love this by Super. He's throwing up the Stargate. How the hell are you going to play against an Oracle right now? Your economy is garbage right now. You just have to make stalkers and make them stand around. That's not a good strat.
Certainly not, Tosis.
You can see the look on Trap's face. He's like, I guess I'm not going to the round of 16.
Yeah, I mean, Super is having a better series. I guess our first series didn't really matter that much. Again, a big array of options right now for how Super can play. Not a lot of intel right now for Trap. Keep in mind, even the rush that Trap did, he had to make pylons. That costs money as well. So Super in just amazing shape.
Yeah.
Super more like superb. Ooh, yeah.
Because his
greatest
play
caster
is
in the world. Yeah. War Prism play, but already Stalker's coming up. A wise decision to back out.
Okay, so Trap wants to get back into this by doing some of his own harassment here. See if those couple of adepts can get some probe kills. He's down by 7 probes right now. And while it might seem like 7 is not a lot, it's a hell of a lot when it's this early in the game.
Especially when you consider that 7, 8, 9.
Oh my god.
Oh man, the dad jokes.
And then 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, that's even better. So, the War Prism's coming up, headed northbound over here to the pocket expansion in the upper right. Does not appear as though he's prepared for this.
Super is out of position here. There's no reason to have all of your units and your mothership core in the same location. He has nothing defending out back. Now, we do have the Oracle coming in, getting a little bit of damage done. We'll be able to pull out. Just a little bit unprepared here for Super.
Okay, taking some damage. There already are some stalkers. Ooh, wait, what happened? Okay.
They actually finished it.
I got confused there.
I guess he did not cancel quick enough, or maybe he decided to not cancel. Either way, he's getting a few more probes, so... I mean, this is all worth 2 adepts, what he's doing. These 2 adepts won't impact any actual battles that occur, so you need to spend them in a way like this to try to gain some sort of advantage.
A few more adepts warp in over here in the corner. How many kills will they get? That's the big question. Blink is coming for both players, although Trap will complete his slightly more quickly.
It looks like he's looking for a few more probes here. Look at this. Nothing at that back base again.
Back.
I mean, he knew the Warp Prism was still out, right?
He did. He had to.
You gotta leave something there.
For sure, for sure. And this blink is not going to be done anytime soon here. Wow.
What a roundabout way when he has a prism to get over there. But
you're so right.
You know, it works, and he gets some more probes, and suddenly the probe count is even. All right, Trap, good work. Some clutch harass right there. Of course, he is a little bit down in army supply. Let's not forget that he's been warping in a lot of adepts to do this harassment. And his economy was already behind earlier in the game. So,
right.
Of course, we do have that advantage for Super.
Getting 2 probes here. Narrowly escaping. Just barely staying in the orange there for that Oracle. Immortals are coming out. A big gateway explosion back here.
You might call it an orangicle.
Orangicle, yeah. And if it was frozen, if it was frozen, it'd be an orangesicle. So,
yes.
you know.
And if it was chocolate, it would be a fudgesicle.
Oh my God, we're so dumb. Oh man. Why is it so funny? It is kind of funny.
It's kind of funny.
You just go so far with it, you know?
There's no way to track it back. If someone saw the finish of the joke, they won't understand how we started with Oracle.
Yeah. Okay, he's got Phoenixes out here. The Warp Prism will most certainly be picked off, and this will be the end of that harass.
Yeah,
but why not top it off with a DT?
Some DTs coming to town right now. Where are the observers?
Yeah, actually, where are the observers?
Right,
there it is, yeah.
Well, still he's getting a few kills here. In the meantime, we did have some probes actually, or no, I guess at least attacked over there. I think it's the Oracle maybe behind.
Oh my God, it got away.
It'll be back.
He even said he was like, I'm here in the shadows, if you were wondering.
By the way, Trap is going up to 3 robos. You don't see that very often.
Well, he might not be able to use it in time, especially when you consider that this push is coming down right now, just spotted by Trap's observer.
Will he be able to break in here with this many pylons? I think he actually has a good amount of energy on this mothership core. There's a lot of sentries here, though, so he can like really pick off whatever he wants.
Insta-blink in. Oh! So sick!
Oh my God, that was crazy, that disruptor hit. That just swung everything.
Okay, he's going to try to come in again.
This is so much more holdable.
Kind of an awkward position here for Trap to defend, but also awkward for Super to get in and
no,
engage.
This is very much like Tasteless's hands right now.
What does that mean?
It's holdable.
Oh, wow. I do have very holdable hands.
Yeah.
They're very soft, too. I never worked a day in my life.
I know.
So we have the push basically denied here. Trap is definitely a guy who knows how to stabilize a game as long as he doesn't get off foot too early on. But this is phase 2 right now. This is plan B here. The Warp Prism's going to come into the main and start warping in while another attack happens here at the 3rd base.
All right. Let's see what he can get done with those adepts. By the way, we have up to 3 disruptors at a time. He was just making 3 at a time. That's kind of crazy. His economy can't even really keep up with that. Oh.
Okay, good job going in there for some assassination.
Oh, he
my God,
catches the prism, just snaps that prism right out of the air. And look at this. Over 20 army supply up right now for Trap. More probes have fallen, so his economy is not necessarily the best, but the amount of disruptors he has is really quite concerning.
It is, but so is this counter push here by Trap. Trap also interested in acquiring the 4th base through this push. Is he going to be ready? It's a lot of Immortals.
I think he's going to blow Super up here, to be honest. This many disruptors is just like too many disruptors.
Yeah, there's a point in time where it almost becomes ridiculous. I want to know when you're supposed to stop making disruptors in this matchup, because there's a point in time where it's like, okay, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I could talk a long time. I think it is such a fluid thing based on compositions, but yeah, I mean, we do have some disruptors out for Super right now. He needs to bring those up very badly.
Like, get some.
Get some.
That's right.
Just say get some.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
You're right. I mean, he got that DT.
I did. You can never take that away from me that I said that. Up here, we have another attack over here. Notice the preemptive disruptor usage. This is going to force a cancel, and Super's going to have to expand to oh my God, that was close.
Right on his heels.
Careful. Oh. Whoa!
Not quite. Not quite. He does get to back out of here. Now, the 4th base is going to be finishing up here for Trap.
Right.
Whereas the 4th just has to be restarted for Super, so definitely an issue there. But look at this. This Oracle.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Seriously got some kills on that thing.
Okay, here we go. Connecting on the Immortals.
Those are some very panicked shots. I have seen a lot of panic disruptor shots, and those were some of them.
Yeah.
All right, well, does have to back up here. This is kind of that crazy moment where there's enough disruptors on both sides that trying to kill each other is the most dangerous thing you can do.
It is, man. This is a very explosive setup we have. I mean, so much can go wrong. It's very hard to even kind of call a lead because 1 or 2 good disruptor connects, and the game's on its head, you know? More importantly, though, we have the expansion finishing for Trap, and Supers should be finishing in a few seconds.
Notice we have a lot of cannons warping in right now. One of the ways to break through a situation like this is to do things like a 4 Dark Templar drop and start picking off things like Robos and small amounts of cannons, try to make some of their army come back. But both of them really being careful about things like that. So eventually from here, we either see someone screw up or Tempest.
I think you're correct. Tempest seems like the next logical step. Not so much making a second Dark Shrine, which I would say is questionable with my expertise analysis.
Well, you just don't understand.
You just don't even get the game, do you?
Oh, wow, look at this. A lot of disruptors killing disruptors right there, actually.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, the disruptor count for Super is super low now at only 2. 2 against 11. 11.
Nah. Nah. Well, I don't think that Super can ever leave his base, man.
No, with 2 disruptors, like you can kind of break through this if you're very persistent with it.
Oh, maybe if he killed all of his disruptors with a disruptor.
Well, he got 2 of his disruptors with a disruptor.
2 for the price of 1.
Buy 1, get 1 free. That second Dark Shrine almost done. You might want to do a 2 DT drop coming up.
It's like that makes the DTs warping even faster, right? Oh, no? Okay.
Oh, it doesn't?
It doesn't do anything?
Oh. I'd actually be like happy to lose sentries at this point.
Do you ever feel like the disruptor needs to make a more insane sound when it's coming at you? I think it needs to be like something crazy like that. All right, now
look at this.
This is really weird.
Yeah, it is.
This is not pretty.
And the funny thing is, like, he could lose half those stalkers, and with this many disruptors, it's like, well, I mean, still, it's going to be hard to finish. So
what is happening?
Well, that's a lot of disruptors coming in right now.
I don't understand the world right now.
Big blink up right there by Trap. He's going to eliminate a lot of these stalkers on his opponent's side.
Things exploding everywhere.
Super walking into disruption balls here.
Yeah, and Trap kicking him in his disruption balls right now. This is
this game is disruption balls to the walls, my friend.
Man. We were disruption balls deep into a crazy PvP right here. So yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Okay, whoa, gonna get the Warp Prism.
Disruption balls deep. Oh, it's so good. PvP's great.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely the highlight of today, is this last PvP.
Oh, absolutely.
We're ending on a strong note here.
I don't care what happens here. I'm just like... Oh, man.
Okay. Gotta be careful. These disruptors are all on one hotkey.
If you're going to go to the disruption ball, you got to know how to dance tasteless. And Super is not showing us. He has 2 left feet right now.
Yeah. I think that he's actually just going to choke him out. I think there's not much more oxygen. Oh! Well, GG. Okay. Game number 3.
Wow. Wow, disruptors. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, that was a sick game. What can we say? Like, Super walked into disruption balls like a billion times.
Can I just say I love explosions? What a crazy game.
Wow.
Can I just sound like the most unsophisticated nerd on the planet? A lot of things were blowing up.
There was so
pretty
many
cool.
flashy lights.
By the way, Transformers,
like
the greatest movies ever, Transformers. Michael Bay is a genius. All right. Well, it's all going to come down to one more PvP. Who the hell is going to win this? I don't know.
God, you may as well just shake up the magic disruption ball and ask it, Tasteless.
That's right. And it says maybe, and I say, I don't get it. I think this is a scam. I'm bringing this magic 8-ball back to Walmart and telling them this $16.99 8-ball, in fact, maybe cannot tell the future. I'm going to go get my palms read now.
All right, well, see what this game has in the tarot cards for our two Protoss players. Trap pulling it out of there. Such a crazy game. So much harassment early on. Fun stuff.
All right, guys. We have the players joining the lobby right now. Tell your friends to join us here. One more game for tonight's GSL Code S.
All right. StarCraft never ends, Tasteless.
That's right. Okay, it's loading up now. Orbital Shipyard is our map. Let's get ready. Let's get hyped. The final match between Trap and Super. Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What corner is this guy in?
In the upper right. I got it right.
Got
okay,
it.
100% so far.
Genia Green Wings. Trap.
In the center, underneath the map. Oh, wait, no.
In the center, underneath
Africa
the map.
picks Super.
I messed up.
All his units at Burrow. What is this?
50-50, it's still an F. It's still an F.
Adapts with Burrow movement. What the hell? The only way they can get on the map is by shading. But then they shade, they go back under. It's like, what?
I like this how to cast PvP. Whoa. It's true. It's true.
Wow, yeah. And that's not even for us. That's for the Korean commentators.
Yeah. Okay. In this game so far,
Double
we see,
gatewayage.
Yeah. Some gatewayery.
Ooh.
Yeah, going down here. We see the initial expand here coming first for Trap. And
Tom Nexus for
Oh man, that's so this comes out like this mishmash word salad. Like it's comboed so hard, it's gone so meta.
Yeah, just way too dank.
It's just so dank. The memes are so dank. Meme Lord Toast is over here. Okay, Cybernetics Core is done. We should have the it's going to be Stalker Pressure actually.
Call me Meme Lord Prime. All right. Yeah, couple Stalkers. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're
having a good
ending
night.
on a good note here tonight. Stargate coming up. No expand yet. Super really investing everything here into the early game. Let's see how much damage it actually does.
This can be pretty powerful. You know, a couple Stalkers in the early game, you can't really underestimate them, especially when people are sometimes going one gate. They sometimes take the quick Nexus as well. Sometimes they even go with an Adept right there afterwards. Adepts can't beat Stalkers, no matter how hard they try. It's
Adepts.
kind of like Departure against TY. It's just not going to happen, right?
Yeah. I think it's a good example. Now we have an expansion over here out in the front, actually. Not going for his back base. That's a pylon back there, right? In the bottom left?
Yes.
So,
It's
yeah.
a pylon blocking the Nexus.
And so the problem with that is that if he stays back and tries to kill that, then, Trap is just going untouched.
But is Super going to just go ahead and take the front expansion, which I think is completely fine here. I think it's a really good counter. In fact, when we saw, what was it, SOS and Zest play recently, SOS, pyloned both the bases.
That is so
all right,
SOS.
There you go.
Wow, I thought he was going to be a little bit more aggressive with this. Huh.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like then, at this point in time, Trap can probably pressure that third base with some kind of an attack?
I think...
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
So...
Super's been taking crazy pills. This is... Wow. Double Nexus.
Trap might just play safe, though. If you have an Oracle out, it kind of gives you a little bit of leeway to be a little bit more greedy in some ways. And yeah, it can technically be punished, but defending perfectly against an Oracle requires you to keep units at home. So that makes it a bit harder, especially with the new Photon Overcharge. Now we do have that Oracle going up towards this back natural. He has to keep this alive. Like, it's the most important thing that there is to keep the Oracle alive and kind of poking and prodding in. This is going to give you a lot of scouting intel and keep your opponent back. Look at that. He doesn't even turn it on.
That's right. Just glides through, backing up. He knows he can tag the army later. He has to keep that Oracle alive here. Now, keep in mind, Trap did not get a ton of scouting done here, and therefore will not know that there's 3 bases. Now, he may scout the front base here and say, oh, okay, he's expanded, he's even with me. But there's a small chance that observer of Traps does not actually get back to get to the bottom left to see that, in fact, Super's taking a huge risk that might pay off hugely.
Look at that. Actually uses a ward right there to,
that's kind of funny.
To freeze that. It slows down the Nexus a little bit. In the meantime, we did have Super's Observer hunted down. Good move there by Trap. And looking at it right now, like, I have to give an advantage to Super, to be honest, even though he doesn't have Blink started yet, which is, like, kind of the most important thing in PvP. He got his third Nexus up way in advance, and he still has his Oracle out, so he's still kind of forcing Trap to stay back.
Yeah, I actually have to say I really admire the way Super's approaching this.
Yeah,
I think they took this one little detail that observers are going to be late because Trap was trying to expand so fast and turn that into a, that mustard seed into a mountain of advantage.
Or a mustard plant where the mustard seeds don't get turned into either mustard gas nor honey mustard.
Yeah, that's
Which
true.
would also be like a great thing to do.
That
with
would be,
it'd
be the more noble thing for sure.
Yeah.
Although then again, mustard is pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's not regular mustard.
Regular mustard, yeah.
Yeah.
Not honey mustard, by the way.
Yeah,
Honey mustard can go to hell.
Specifically not honey mustard.
Honey mustard can go to hell.
And not mustard gas because, I mean...
Well, that doesn't taste good on a sandwich.
Certainly not.
He's coming up now into the upper right. Don't know if he's going to be able to get that much here.
Right,
it's kind of funny. We see this like hallucinated Phoenix coming over here. Count me in, guys. Blink is almost done right now for Trap. We'll see if this triggers him to possibly come out for some kind of a push.
Yeah, even if he does, I don't know that he's really going to get any damage done. There's some great defense for Super right now. Both sides going into Disruptor tech, which is quite a good call. Trap realizing that, like, he might have a slight army advantage, but economically he's a bit behind. Getting into the double Robo Disruptor just slightly faster is going to be a good way to deal with that, because then your opponent won't be able to utilize that little timing window where he actually gets ahead of you economy-wise and thus macro-wise, because you have disruptors that kind of negate army supply. So, really, just both of them are playing really, 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 really well right now.
Center left, we have a pylon planted here to try to spot in case Super goes and expands in that direction. I think there's a higher likelihood he'll be expanding down here to the bottom, but he can use that pylon to warp in, like DTs, for instance, stuff like that.
All right. Well, we are going to once again have one of those crazy dance games where Super and his 2 left feet see what they can do to try to win.
Trap, generally speaking, is a little bit stronger when it comes to the late game. He seems to have better control. I think on paper most people would agree that Trap is a better player. However, Super is really bringing out his very best PvP tonight.
Yeah.
And in a best of 3, anything can happen. He might be able to pull it off tonight here right now.
Totally. If he gets a good Disruptor hit, it could go his way, but Trap has been quite on top of protecting his Disruptors while attacking his opponents with those Disruption balls. I do wonder if maybe we can see some further tech this game, because when you do get into those circumstances, if you can sneak into Tempest, which actually isn't that hard, because again, when you get enough Disruptors, army supply doesn't matter nearly as much. In fact, it becomes almost bad, because if you have too many units together, Disruptor balls hit more.
That's true.
So you actually want to split off like harassment groups and stuff. But anyways,
here we go.
We'll see. We'll see how they end up handling that.
Narrow escape there, blinking away. And there's going to be a little bit of posturing here on this part of the map. And it looks like Super's actually pushed him away. This is going to Well, let's see. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where this game is going here. The PvP is kind of funny looking at this phase of the game when you have a few disruptors out.
Yeah. Well, I think you have to do the dance back and forth because if someone screws up, you get the win. So if you're confident in that, that's something you're going to want to do on the offense. And if you're not, you're going to do it on the defense. And
Okay,
you see
coming
that
up.
Trap is the confident one there, at least.
Oh! Got him here. Big plays here. Big plays.
Look at that.
Are these actually the same disruptors killing each other at the exact same time?
I think that 2 of them were, and then the other ones weren't.
It's kind of like when you would play GoldenEye on Nintendo 64, License to Kill, and you both shoot each other, and you both go double kill and high five.
You would high five?
Yeah, man.
I'd call you lucky.
Standard toasters, man.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think this game can end right away unless somebody blunders with the control.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't see it. And I really would not be moving forward like we see Trap doing when you've been tagged by the Oracle. You definitely have an edge if you've tagged your opponent.
Very, very good point there, Tasteless. In fact, we haven't seen it in this series yet, but a lot of Protosses, again, they do grab quick observer speed to be able to constantly see where their opponents are, but a tag is even better than that because you don't have to mine for it so much.
Split second.
So yeah. 3rd Robo coming up for Super, and you know, the thing is, once you get to enough disruptors, do you need more in that giant ball?
I'm wondering if he techs into the wrong direction here unknowingly because, you know, PvP obviously hasn't been completely solved yet. It's still so new, it's still so fresh.
Yeah. I do want to see someone try to go into, you know, air here. Into Tempest, specifically.
Super with some good connects. Okay, the RoboBay almost done.
More and more Stalkers coming up. Now, this is actually where this is where we need to actually see Super. If he's not going to tech up into Tempest, he needs to start harassing. He needs to send units around the other side.
Okay. Oh.
And same thing for Trap as well. They're both just playing with giant balls. Like, if one of these guys...
Whoa! Okay,
good
connect
hit,
there on the Immortals. That was actually a great connect.
Yeah, it was. If Zest was in this game, he would have Stalkers hitting where the units are not right now, because this big a ball you absolutely don't need to protect your
you don't get
disruptors.
additional utility. Oh
man.
Big connects, and it's all in now.
Oh man, he's trying to get these disruptors, but a lot of these disruption balls actually hitting him, and oh my god, all of Super's disruptors walking into Trap.
Huge plays there by Trap, but this is really where you get to see who's the better Protoss player.
Yeah.
When it really heats up, attacks just everywhere, and I think this should trigger Trap to head southbound and start beating up these expansions.
Yeah, he's definitely got the advantage here, and again, you see like such a giant group of units. I mean, these guys are good. They're playing a very good PvP, but this is like they're both trying to deathball this, which is not necessarily how to do it.
All right, disruptors. Losing only one Stalker there. Occasionally, you might want to blink on top of them, you know?
Yeah.
But then again, you can be hit by the disruptors coming from the other side.
They're other friend disruptors.
That's right.
Then back them up and do the revenge move.
Ooh, good pickoff there. And, yeah. Great play.
Hey, it looks like Trap is not finding a way to actually finish him off,
well,
despite getting that nice advantage.
It's so much easier to defend when you have disruptors of your own. You kind of just start to fire out these disruptor attacks, and it kind of makes it you can't come over here, you can't touch this.
Yeah, it's defensively, they're like one of the strongest units in the game.
But he might be coming in here for a flank.
Yeah, he actually is flanking rather well here. This is a nice move by Super, but Trap backs out in time.
Oh, he didn't get the Nexus. What?
No.
Or unless it's being remade. No, it's not being remade. Okay.
Just didn't get it. If he went all the way up there, maybe he would have lost units. And...
You're doing a good job. Trap just a little bit quicker. And he's slowly shaving off this disruptor count.
Yeah. I just don't see a plan in Super's place here to overcome Trap's like superior control of this army type.
I agree.
He's like trying his hardest to get some hits, but he's just never getting the hits, and he's getting hit sometimes.
Okay, here we go. Immortals now being taken down. The disruptors are out of position. Here we go!
And this is going to be it, I think.
Damn,
I mean, these disruptor hits are way too big.
Huge plays over here.
Yeah, he needs the best disruptor hits ever right now if he's going to win. That's Super.
Yeah, now
And
he's
these
taking
are some
out-
good hits, but
Well, I think the thing is there's not much of an army here, and this connect is pretty huge as well.
Yes, indeed. Oh, he gets every disruptor at this point, and that should be enough to finish him off here, Tasteless.
Crazy game. So many stalkers doing too much damage right now. Again, Trap just showing that he has better control. GG! Trap is moving on to the round of 16.
All right.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Well played here by Trap. You know, he